Aston is a small township nestled in Pennsylvania, steeped in history and scenic landscapes. And today, residents also gather to commemorate a significant milestone in celebrating the blessing of God upon the church in this part of the world. Richie Ferreira has the story.
Just west of Philadelphia is the quaint township of Aston, and where a faithful group of residents are marking a significant milestone.
Today, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary as a local.
The local of Aston has reached its milestone. For 50 years, we are still a strong congregation.
That's a big blessing. You cannot underestimate that.
From all around the Philadelphia area, members commemorated the 50th anniversary of the local congregation of Aston of the Church of Christ through a series of special events leading up to this special milestone, which included a formal gathering. Held at the Phoenix Ballroom, this event included live performances.
Power is made perfect in me.
And video presentations.
With gratitude, they reflect on the rich tapestry of their history.
It was a really fun and joyous occasion that we really got to appreciate each other as brethren and as well as recognize the sacrifices of those that came before us.
And a special photo gallery that inspired pioneers like Marita to reflect on the congregation's humble beginnings.
We didn't have a chapel right away. We used to worship in our little rooms.
We started actually with a few number of brethren. You can count them by your fingers.
We are the one traveling to Long Island City, New York to attend the worship service.
At first, members dedicated hours to travel from Philadelphia to New York just to be able to attend worship services. After a period of time, regular worship services were approved to be conducted in various venues in Philadelphia.
When we first started, we were moving from one household to another, and we even used the YMCA to hold worship services.
In 1978, a chapel was purchased and dedicated to God.
Our local congregation grew up and more officers were added in the local.
Eventually, a bigger property was found to accommodate the growing congregation. In 1993, the new place of worship in Aston, Pennsylvania, was dedicated to God. Inspired by stories of triumph such as this, the members commemorated the 50th anniversary of the congregation in Aston with community outreach through an Giving food pantry donation and an Giving Police Appreciation Day. Special worship services.
Well, like in everything else in the Church of Christ, our gratitude to God must be expressed, and the best way of expressing it is dedicating a special worship service to the glory of the Almighty God.
2 special worship services were conducted in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of Aston, one led by Brother Antonio de Guzman Jr., Minister of the Gospel, and another by Brother Angelo Oranio Manalo, Minister of the Gospel and the Christian Family Organizations Coordinator.
We are so happy na naalaala tayo ng pamamahala sa pamamagitan ng pagsusugo kanilang malakas na katuwang. Ito ay malaking biyaya sa lokal at sa lahat ng mga kapatid na dumalo sa ginawang pagtitipon sa araw na ito.
We could say that we are really much prouder members of the Church of Christ, knowing that God, through the church administration, always remembers us.
All the past years that we struggled, we did face many trials and tribulations. Through the preaching, you remember those things, and you know that God is always by your side.
We can go through anything once you hear how much we are esteemed and loved by our administration.
And the presentation of certificates from the church administration given to pioneering brethren, all leading to this special social gathering. Also joining in the celebration of the 50th anniversary were the Aston Township Board of Commissioners, testifying to the growth of the church here and the positive impact of the brethren on the community.
I can remember when it first opened and it was just very small. And now it's just gorgeous and it's such a compliment to Aston. We're very happy to have you here.
We got to know who the Church of Christ was maybe 30 years ago, maybe even more. They're very nice and welcoming people. They're caring people. They participate in the annual community day. And also they donate to neighbors helping neighbors in the way of food. So they have an impact in the community by being recognized as someone who will help. And I think that's wonderful.
I think you're great neighbors. I'm personally involved because your group gives to the pantry, which my wife runs, and we just are all around great neighbors. So I'm glad you're in Aston.
Having this celebration really just enforces our thankfulness for having the church here in this part of the world.
Thank you, Brother Eduardo. I am so happy to be here tonight. Thank you for inviting us.
It's a great thing that you've been here 50 years in Aston, and I hope you'll be here 50 more years.
Would like to congratulate the congregation for 50 years and 30 years in Aston.
Thank you po, Brother Angelo and Brother Eduardo.
Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, we would like to thank you with all our hearts.
We thank you so much po for remembering us.
Thank you very much, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you very much, Brother Angelo, the local of Aston, Pennsylvania. Thank you. We express our deep gratitude po for all the guidance and help that we have received from the administration.
Motivated by gratitude and inspired by faith, the pioneers and youth alike from the congregation of Aston look forward to dedicating their lives further in service to God.
Congratulations to the local congregation of Aston. Wherever you are in the world, let us know in the comments how you recently celebrated a milestone in the Church of Christ. Well, that does it for this episode of INC News World. Tune in every Sunday for new episodes on INC TV and every Saturday on incmedia.org, our YouTube channel, and on streaming platforms. I'm Michael Robinson. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. God bless.